the day, and this one's a little more developing, a little bit more breaking news here on the Julio Jones saga. We are now, it's not officially a week out yet, because we got to wait till June 2nd officially after June 1st. So we got to wait till at least next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, coming up next Wednesday, before any real solidified news about Julio Jones will kind of come out. So today on Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe calls Julio Jones live on the show and talks to him. And you can hear that Julio says that he's out of here. Let me see if I can hear this exact quote here. But it's Shannon Sharpe asks, do you want to go to the Cowboys, or would you rather stay in Atlanta? And he says, man, I'm out of here. I'm out of there. So he doesn't seem like he's going to be staying in Atlanta, which is, a little against what we've been saying. We kind of, favorited him still being in Atlanta. We saw the odds the other day. Him staying in Atlanta is -145, which is solid, odds. It's not a sure thing at -145 that he's staying or either going, but it was, the favorite of him staying. But then the next highest was, I believe, the Colts at like +500. So it was a little bit of a decent jump there, just in kind of betting lines. So he says, hey, I'm out of there of Atlanta. We've heard Arthur Blank said everybody's up for sale. We've also heard, no, we're going to keep everybody together. But then they just went and drafted a tight end, Kyle Pitts, 6'6". So maybe they move him to wide receiver. He could play wide receiver, folks. I mean, that's what he's doing at the tight end position anyway. So maybe the Falcons are thinking, hey, we really don't need Julio. We can kind of get, compensation for him. But kind of our thinking was, ease this new head coach in a little bit, run it 1 year, see if you can do it with just kind of this all-star studded cast offensively, because that's what the Bucs needed to win. They needed that stacked offense and also a really good emerging defense that was just getting better every single week. So I do think the Falcons are making a little bit of a mistake release or trading him. It does seem like that's going to happen. So once again, we'll have to keep an eye on it. But the words from the horse's mouth, folks, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. So that's what he said about the Falcons. And then Shannon Sharpe poking fun at Skip Bayless, saying, are you going to go to the Cowboys? Do you want to go to the Cowboys? If you want to win, don't go to the Cowboys. And Julio Jones responded to that, saying, oh, I know that. I'm not going to go there, basically. So he's not going to the Cowboys, and it seems like he's leaving Atlanta. And that just gives kind of credit to what we just saw yesterday on the show, him working out with Derrick Henry, the Titans being decent. Were they even on this list? Let's go back to this odds list that I think we talked about it on Friday's show. But here we go. Where are the odds at? Odds. Here we go. The Titans are +800. The Colts are kind of the favorite of a new team, along with the Los Angeles A. We still didn't know what that meant. Los Angeles parentheses A. I don't know if that's the Chargers or the Rams. So we still don't know which Los Angeles teams. Maybe you get both. Maybe, you get some value there getting two teams. But the Colts and Los Angeles are both at +500. The favorites of new teams of getting him. Baltimore's at 700. New England's at 700. San Francisco's at 800. And the Tennessee Titans are also at 800. And another thing to kind of listen to in this kind of call from Shannon Sharpe was, he said he wants to go somewhere where he can win. I want to win. Cowboys, you're not winning. So yes, he's definitely not going to want to go there. The Colts, we have them winning the title. We've got them winning the Super Bowl. We love what they can do this year. So, that receiving core of the Colts could be absolutely stacked. The Los Angeles teams, the Rams, are definitely A1 Super Bowl contenders right now, teaming up with Sean McVay, giving Matt Stafford Megatron 2.0, and now we're talking about that great defense and a great offense. So we're talking about that Rams team being absolute Super Bowl contenders. The Chargers, probably not there quite yet. Justin Herbert's very good, and he's probably going to make another stride this season, but with the rookie head coach or with the new head coach for this Chargers team, he's probably not going to want to go there. The Ravens, obviously Lamar Jackson. I mean, they're going to be Super Bowl contenders if they get that great deep threat wide receiver. The Patriots are not Super Bowl contenders, folks. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Cam Newton is not going to win a ring. We've seen it. It does not work, and he's aging out of this. Well, he's not aging out of the league just quite yet, but he is aging still in this league, and I don't think he's going to be able to kind of return to that MVP type form in this back end of his career. The 49ers still a little questionable with the quarterback situation, so I don't really see him going there. And then the Titans at plus 800. Super Bowl contenders if they get Julio Jones. I mean, Ryan Tannehill would honestly just need to be a game manager. Hey, Ryan Tannehill, either hand the ball off or just throw it up. Throw it up high and away. Either the receiver gets it or that's it. There's no chance at an interception. It's either incomplete or a catch by Julio Jones, but there's no reason why Ryan Tannehill should be floundering with Julio Jones as one of his wide receivers. So it does seem like Julio Jones is going to be moving on here from Atlanta. Don't think it's the great call. Don't think it's the right decision in my opinion, but we'll see. I'm going to trust whatever, he's not the one trading himself, so we'll see where he goes. But any team would definitely want to have him, and he wants to go to winners. He wants to be in the competition for a ring this season. He had that almost little taste. He had a little bit of a preview of a taste, a little appetizer of a ring with Atlanta when they went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and we all know how that ended out. He got a little bit more of the appetizer. He already started to sign for the check there in that Super Bowl, and then the waiter had to come back and be like, Julio, this I hate to say this, but your card has been declined, man. You gotta leave. You gotta leave, or we're calling the cops. So we had to leave, and he never got that ring. So the words from Julio Jones' mouth, I'm out of there. You know I'm out of there. So, and that's this deal for Julio could already be in place, folks. I mean, we're just waiting for that date. That is the only thing that is kind of keeping this Julio Jones news under wraps is that date. So it's not like the Falcons are going to be, finally listening to offers come June 1st, June 2nd. It's no. That's when, that last signature on the bottom of the very last page of the deal gets signed. Everything else is filled out. Everything else is good. We're just waiting to fax the paperwork because we cannot do it until June 2nd. That's when we, the Falcons, receive all that money back against the cap after trading Julio Jones. So I'm sure if, Julio Jones is getting traded by June 2nd, June 1st, that the deal is already done. Arthur Blank has already been shopping him. They've been looking for suitors. So it's not like here comes June 1st and all right, this team's interested, this team is interested. Let's see, the next week or two who wins out in the trade. It's probably nothing like that. I'm sure they're actively trading right now, this second, if it's not a done deal already. So, and I say that because when you kind of listen to the audio and just kind of how Julio Jones says, hey, I'm out of there, it kind of seems like, man, the deal's already done. I already know the deal's done. I just can't say anything about it until June 2nd. So we'll see where he goes. I wish he would stay with the Falcons, give it one more chance, but it seems like that horse has left the stable, unfortunately. So next Wednesday, folks, that's the earliest we'll know about Julio Jones unless some leak happens, which I don't know happens. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll keep an eye on it, folks. Julio Jones, big free agent or big wide receiver acquisition potentially for a lot of these teams out here. We'll see who gets him. Alrighty, let's keep going here. OTAs kick off today around the league. Most teams starting them today, some teams starting them tomorrow. So OTAs, organized team activities, no contact, but they can do 7-on-7, 9-on-7, and 11-on-11 drills, just no contact. So you get 10 days of OTAs, and, like I said, teams are either starting today or tomorrow. So the teams that are starting their organized team activities today are the Buffalo Bills. Atlanta is starting tomorrow. I don't think that has anything to do with Julio Jones. That's probably why he picked up the phone when Shannon Sharp called him on Undisputed this morning. So kind of lucked out there that the Falcons did not start their OTAs today. And maybe he's not going to show up. That's going to be something to look really interested into. Tomorrow, does Julio Jones shows up to the Atlanta Falcons OTAs tomorrow? Now, these are voluntary. You do not have to go. But if he does go, that's 100% that he's going to stay in Atlanta. You're not going to go to, a team's OTAs that you know 100% that you're not going to be playing for. Now, if he doesn't show up, that doesn't tell us that much either. I mean, it just tells us, hey, he's an elite wide receiver that doesn't need to be there. Or you can kind of read into it a little bit more, saying, he's not going to go to the OTAs because he's not going to be on that team. So you can kind of read into it both ways, but I don't think you get that much information with him not going. You get a lot more information if he does go. So we will keep an eye on that tomorrow. If he does show up to the Atlanta Falcons OTA, they do start tomorrow. But back to